After understanding the concept of stress and causes of the stress, we need to understand what are consequences of the stress on the individual. These consequences could be categorized under individual consequences and organizational consequences. When we are looking at the individual, we need to think about the consequences of the stress on a single individual. So here, it is going to be psychological or behavioral change among the individual. Whenever we go through a stressful situation, we feel frustrated, we feel afraid, there is lack of concentration among the people. Even some of the time, because of the stressful situation, the level of absenteeism increases. Even the appetite changes because of these kind of stressful situations. All these could be included in psychological and behavioral consequences of the stress. There are medical consequences also. If the stress prolongs, then the people will suffer from the diseases. You will find people undergoing treatments because of the stressful situation. People feel headache, even the pain in their muscles. You'll find the stress is found in the backbone, even shoulders, and people are not able to work properly because of such situations. And going ahead, if this remains for such a long period, it converts into blood pressure. Even the people start suffering from the sugar and heart attack. These are the medical consequences of the stressful situations that an individual undergoes. But then at the same time, we are looking at the school as a situation, and here in educational management, we need to understand what kind of consequences will happen with respect to the institution. So here, when we are looking at the institution, the effect of the stress could be on the workplace. The performance of the work could go down because of the stressful situation. It matters because the people are not able to work properly. The quality of the work goes down. So of course, it affects the performance of the teachers as well as the students. So when we are looking at the performance of the students, you can find out what is the expected result and what was the result you got after the examination. Even when it comes to teachers, the teachers are capable to teach very effectively in the classroom. But then, because of such kind of situation, they may not perform well. They may face indiscipline in the classroom, and because of which the performance of the school goes down. With performance, we need to think of two more consequences on the organization. In that, withdrawal and even attitudinal change. Withdrawal happens with respect to teachers. Many a times, teachers they miss out the deadlines given because of the stress. Even you will find teachers taking breaks in between, which are not scheduled breaks. This happens because of the withdrawal symptoms that we are seeing in the teachers. Even there are attitudinal changes which occurs because of the stress. The attitude to take the work very lightly. They will not consider the work given very important because the teachers were not part of the decision, because very tight schedule given to the teachers. So you will find the attitudinal changes happening in the teachers because of the stressful situations that they are undergoing. Many a times teachers complain about very minor things which are happening in the classroom. And even unimportant aspects in the school are given importance when the teachers are working. This is a kind of attitudinal change which is happening in the teachers. After learning about the consequences of the stressors, we need to now understand what is stress management, how to solve this problem which is faced by the teachers and of course by the students. So here we have to understand what is stress management as a technique to overcome the problem of the stress. Here, there are different methodologies which equip the human beings to solve the problems which are faced by the stress. That is called as managing the stress with the help of different strategies. We need to think about stress management because in the beginning of the session, as I have told you, stress is part and parcel of our life. You will not find an individual who has not undergone stress at any level. So therefore, managing stress is a very important skill that every one of us has to learn. But here, when we are managing stress, we have to react to the stress in a positive manner. Take all decisions and all situations as a challenge. Take it as a challenge given by somebody else to you. If you look at that situation as a challenge, you will take it as positively and it won't be frustrating for you and it won't prolong for the longer time. So here mantra of our life is, do not let the stress to control your life. You have to control all the situations. When I'm saying this, how can we manage the stress? What are the strategies to manage the stress? So now we will try to understand which all strategies can we follow in our life and even in the workplace so that we will manage stress very positively. Some of the strategies are mentioned here on the slide. Exercise is the first strategy. We all have to follow a routine exercise so that the immunity system will develop and then you will be able to handle stressful situations very positively. These exercises could be running, it could be related to yoga. You can meditate, you can do concentration exercises so that you will be able to overcome the problems that you are faced by the stress. With it, relaxation could be one more way to handle the stress. Many a times, because we are working under pressure for so many days, we are not able to concentrate, we are not able to take decisions properly. So there, the key is you have to relax for some time. So even during work hours, you can take breaks, you can try to relax, settle your mind so that you will be able to concentrate on the work. Looking at your work schedule, annually you can decide on taking breaks for a few days so that you will freshen up your mind and come back to your work and concentrate on your work. You can readjust your life goals because when it comes to taking decisions in the life, many times our decision depends on the situation. So maybe the interest level, attitude changes and accordingly you take decisions. So you need to study the situation and take decisions in the life. It's not only taking decisions or readjusting goal. With it, we as a human beings, we all live in a society. We all live together. So social support plays a very important role. When I'm saying social support, it's a support, emotional support from the friend and a family. Today you will find a situation wherein on WhatsApp you have a long friend list, maybe 400, 500 students or people in a WhatsApp group. But when it comes to giving support to you, nobody is available over there. You require somebody who will give you emotional support, who will help you when you are in a condition wherein you are not able to take decisions properly. So this social support plays a very important role here. You can have a group of your friends with whom you can discuss your problems, and by discussing your problems you may feel free. That's one way you can handle your stress in life very successfully. So here, when it comes to school, teamwork plays an important role and support from your colleagues also plays a very important role. You have to have a cohesive atmosphere in the school so that you will able to achieve the goals put forth by the school, and even your individual's goals will be achieved with the help of and with the support of the people around you. Next strategy that could be followed is role management. We have already discussed what is role ambiguity, what is role conflict and what is role overload. Now we need to keep those three concepts in mind and think about how we can manage our role. So that means when it comes to conflicting situation, you need to take a correct decision and very firm decision about the way you want to work there in the institution. Of course, you need to have justifications with it. You can't take decision blindly. At the same time, if you feel that the instructions given by others to you are not clear, you can ask your queries to the seniors, to the supervisors, so that you'll be very clear with the way you have to handle the work. And then the problem of role ambiguity will be removed from the workplace. And at the same time, as I said, there's a lot of work that teacher has to do. So role overload again is the problem. Everything you need to keep your own target. You need to plan out the things the way you want so that you will able to complete all the tasks in the given time. So here in role management, we are trying to say how to overcome these three problems related to the work and related to your responsibility in the institution, which will solve problems related to stress. And of course, the most important aspect here or the strategy here is time management. Because when we are talking about role overload, we are referring to time. If somebody learns to manage the time, try to accomplish all the work in the given time, the confusion won't happen. Frustrating situation never come to you. So that is why whatever responsibilities are provided to you, you need to categorize all the responsibilities. You have to give preferences to the work given to you and then try to complete the work in a given time frame, of course, in a qualitative manner. You can't just work quantitatively, you need to think about quality of the work that you are completing in a given time also. These are the strategies which are going to help an individual to overcome the stress. But we need to think, of course, about the organization also. Individuals could have their own strategies, but as an organization, the management is going to take decisions about some of the strategies that could lead a stress-free life of the people who are working in the school or any of the institution. So here, what all strategies or what all things management could able to do? To solve the problem related to stress that is faced by the teachers in the school, one of the important thing that the management has to do is proper selection and placement. Whenever you are selecting teachers for a particular post, you need to check out with the qualifications of the teacher, with the skills, abilities that they have, and of course with the interests that they have. So if the proper person is placed at a proper place, the stressful situations will not occur. At the same time, it's not proper selection. Proper job delegation also matters here. Whenever the work is allotted among the teachers, it should be allotted based on the interest level of the teacher, and of course the supervisors has to see what kind of abilities each teacher has, and accordingly the work will be allotted. For example, if the teacher is interested in music and has taken some classes in music or learnt music at any level, music, co-curricular activities related to music, some of the activities related to music could be given to that particular teacher. So that will come under proper job delegation of the teachers. Well-being of the staff members is the priority of the management. If the staff who is working in the school is stress-free, they will able to handle all the duties properly. And that is why training need to be provided to all the staff members to handle the stress. This training could be related to the strategies that an individual could utilize in the life. So the teachers can be taught yoga, they could be taught the meditation activities or the concentration activities. This will help them to lead a stress-free life. It's not just training that matters. Many a times the problems which are faced have to be solved in a different manner. So the management could make available counseling facilities for the teacher. Don't think that the counseling is required only for the people who are going through many problems. The counselors could help them to handle situations in a proper manner. So here, counseling facilities could be made available to the teachers and to all the staff members in the school. As we have already seen, that cohesiveness is one of the important things which we have to consider when we are working in a team. So here, open communication is required when people are working together. Everybody has to get a chance to put forth their point of view. If the decision is taken in a meeting and a person is having a contrary opinion, he has always a right to put forth his opinion. And this open communication will help to blend everyone together in a very strong team, because everybody's perceptions are going to work together to better performance of the institution. Talking about this better performance, we need to think about team building also. So there are strategies for team building which could be used by the management or by the institution. Even for this, proper training sessions could be organized in the school. It could be organized by calling experts from outside, or even at the school level, different programs could be organized so that the team building exercises could be done in the school. With this team building, one more aspect which is essential here is wellness programs. In corporate sectors, you'll find everybody is organizing wellness program. So why not in school? Because even the future of our country is molded in the schools. We need to think about mental satisfaction of the teachers also. So there could be different programs, different activities organized in the school for the well-being of the teacher. All of this will lead to the success of the institution, and therefore these all strategies come under organizational strategies when we are thinking about stress management. So as William James said, the greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another. So here, the main aspect to be focused is, if you will able to take decisions in a positive manner, if you'll able to handle stressful situations in your life, you will be successful in your life. So that is why stress management plays a very important role in the life of each individual. So today we have learned the concept of stress. We have tried to understand what are the causes of stress. Even we try to understand the consequences of stress, and to solve the problem of stress, what all strategies could be handled by an individual. We have tried to understand what strategies we could utilize to solve the problems related to stress in our life. And I hope everybody has understood it, and you will able to utilize all these strategies and lead a successful and peaceful life. Thank you.